This is the Wally Show, and this is something new for us. We are joined via Skype with John Cooper from the band Skillet, and you are all the way in Denmark, correct, today?
I am, yep.
Now, I got to tell you, you'll be very happy about this because I used to refer to the band Skillet as Skillet, Skillet-doo, and it drove John nuts, quite honestly, because he's a rock band. The good news is that's run its course.
Oh, yeah? I didn't mind Skillet-doo.
Oh, really? Well, we could start it back up again.
It's up to you, unless you got a better one. I don't know if you've got something new and really good.
Boy, I don't know. I'd have to come up with something better. But no, I just kind of, I don't know why. I just kind of got off of that for a little bit, gave it a rest. Now, you guys are in Denmark, so I'm curious about this. Like, I've been to Europe before, and it feels like faith there feels different. Do you get that sense when you're over there?
Yes, certainly. It's definitely a very different kind of culture than what we're used to in America.
Are the crowds different at shows in Europe than they are here?
Crowds are a little different. People are very, very excitable, you know, and some of that might be because, you know, we have some fans that have wanted to see us play for a decade and we never came, you know, so some of it might be because they never see you. Maybe not quite as young as what I see in America. You know, America, we see a lot of like, you know, Skillet has a lot of 10, 12, 13-year-old fans, you know, and maybe some of the rock fans here are a little bit older. So I don't really know if I've seen that big of a difference in that. I don't know if I could testify one way or the other. I'm
going to have to move to Denmark then. If the typical rock fan is a little older, that's where I was built for, you know. Instead of being surrounded by 13-year-old kids at a show, it'd be nice to be with some old metalheads like myself. So now, do you find though that pyro translate regardless of language?
Yeah. Pyro in any language.
Yes.
You know, we are not doing pyro here, but
what?
Yes. No, but I would assume the answer to that question is yes. People all over the world love to watch fire.
Oh, 100%, man. Now, were there restrictions that you couldn't do it there, or just, you know, it's too much of a hassle to bring your cannons?
Well, we can hire it out here. Now, of course, the tour we're on right now, we are a support act. So being that it's not our tour, yeah, we're extremely limited in what we can do. Either way, we would not be quite big enough in Europe to play places, you know, that would allow us to do that.
I'm sorry. Know. I must stop you for a second. A support act for who? Skillet supports no man. Who are you out with?
We are supporting Nickelback.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's an interesting band. Like, are they huge over there?
Oh, yes. Oh, we're playing massive shows, 10, 12,000 people, sold out arenas. So yes, they're very, very big here.
Because in the States, honestly, there was a little bit of slapback to Nickelback recently, kind of like what happened with Creed and some things like that. And so it's interesting to see that they're still, you know, killing it over there. Now, have you gotten to hang out with them much, like Chad and the guys in Nickelback?
You know, a little bit, yeah. They've treated us extremely well. You know, the tour has been amazing, and they've kind of gone above and beyond to make us feel comfortable and make us feel appreciated, and we get along really well. In fact, one of the guys in the band had his kids out on the road, and my kids were, you know, they got to play together and get to know each other. It's been a really, you know, great time. And maybe in terms of what you had asked a second ago, you know, I think that rock music is taking a back seat in America to pop and electronic music, and there are places in the world that rock music is still very viable. There's that rock culture,
right?
And so we're seeing that right now in Europe. You know, people are really enjoying coming out for rock shows, and in fact, Skillet is doing our own headlining tour in Russia in 2 weeks.
Wow!
And we're playing our biggest headlining show we've ever played in Russia, just for a Skillet show. So there are places places that rock music is really thriving in, possibly more than it is, currently in America.
Well, you guys, can the guys in Nickelback hear me by any chance? Are they around?
They probably personally cannot, but their crew probably can.
Okay, I'll whisper this then. You need to get back to the stage so they can open for you, okay? There you go.
Yeah, right.
You mentioned.
I don't think that'll happen.
You mentioned playing in Russia. See, going to like Europe or Japan and places like this, like I think it can only go this way. We can take music over there, and regardless of the language barrier, and it's accepted, and it's actually they like it, Versus a Russian band comes over here and sings in Russian, they're not going to sell any tickets. And so, is it because there's just so much people that like the American culture, or do you find people know the songs when you get there?
Oh, people know the songs. Yeah, they won't just show up for anything, anything that's rock, because tickets are very expensive over there. In fact, the tour we're on right now with Nickelback, the tickets are probably the equivalent of $150 American dollars.
Really?
Or something. Very expensive to see shows over here. So people don't just show up for anything. Yeah, when we go and play, they know the songs, they sing the lyrics, and they've taken a real personal interest in you. Some of it might be to do because, America is such a powerful force in the world, and the English language is as well. A lot of young people all over the world understand English. They might not speak it, but they understand it, and they sing the words, and it's pretty amazing. Well,
for you guys in the band Skillet there, and you play a show, whether people know the lyrics or not, what is the song that just sets it off right now that you see people responding to the most?
Monster.
Really? Still Monster?
Yeah. That's the one people know the most because it got so much exposure from radio, WWE wrestling, football, all those things. Sometimes you have a song that it hits on a lot of different levels, not just radio or not just sports, but when it hits at everything, that's usually when you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you kind of get on the trifecta, and Monster's the song that really did that for us the most. And then I would say second would probably be Hero.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
What about the new stuff off of your new album? What from that is connecting?
The song that people know the most is Sick of It. Probably because it was the single. That's the one that when we start playing it from the new record that everybody knows. But now the record's been out for a few months. The other songs people are beginning to know more. Not Gonna Die is done pretty well for us live, which is also currently on radio. So radio is such a powerful force. Getting it out of the radio. You got people in Russia listening into American radio and stuff. And finding out what's being played. So.
Now, I think
so. You gotta love radio. Listen to Wally play the hits all night. Yeah,
still the best song you've ever written. Now, the thing is, like, you're on a tour with Nickelback, and so I mean that's a big mainstream band, and you're really good at weaving in your faith inside of your show without it being pushy and you're very accessible like that. Are you able to still do that even on this tour with Nickelback, or have you had to pull that back a little bit, or how's that working out?
Yes, we have pulled that back a little bit on this because when you're playing for a band at this level, you kind of need to fly under the radar as an opening band. Really almost no matter who it is. To a lesser degree, even if you're touring with a Christian act that's this big, you as an opening act, your job is to kind of come in, kind of be seen and not heard kind of a thing.
Really?
You play your music. Yeah, you don't want to be in the way. You want to come in and play your music, and the night is all about, Bon Jovi or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do that, but I think still the biggest way that Skillet is a light and a testimony of Christ is really still in the way we present ourselves. It's our lifestyles. It's the conversations backstage. It's the things we say, and more importantly, don't say on stage. Those are the things that we are getting the most, I find, fruit from. And so, already we've had a lot of discussions with people on the tour, or the band that we're touring with, or fans that they have big questions, like, why doesn't your band do A, B, or C?
Right. Yeah. Well,
why do you not,
I think that's key. Like, you're talking about what you don't say sometimes is as powerful as what you do say. Because, like, some kid watching the show is like, oh, that's weird. I was watching Skillet play, and they didn't drop the F-bomb at all. What's up with that? Oh, they're a Christian band. No way, really? And then it starts this conversation where you earn their respect because you're good at what you do, and then that gives you the right to speak into their lives, with faith later on.
Yes. I think that some people listening, to what you just said might write that off as
sell out,
trite, yeah, or dismissive, or like, yeah, whatever, I hear you. But that is absolutely 100% true. And you see it. I think people listening into the station now, like, let's say you got high school guys listening to the station right now, and these are, you go to school every day, you go to PE class or football practice, whatever you do. And we all know what the kind of jokes and the things guys are talking about in the locker room after football practice and PE.
Yes, when they're not busy hanging up one of the other guys by his underwear. That was me. That was my role.
Exactly. When that's not happening.
Yes.
Some of the things that are talked about, and when you are the only one not doing that, or saying, yeah, that's just not what I'm into, people want to know why. And it's a very powerful thing. But that's what our lives should be like that. And that's what Skillet, I think, is like. And we've seen the most fruit in our relationships on the road because of those things.
Well, there you go, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy rock star lifestyle to talk with us little people back here in the States. I would tell you, like, hey, go out and get a what for me, but I have no idea what Denmark is known for,
Well, Danish.
Mate,
like
that's
Danish,
true.
Yeah,
they're Danish people, and they I'm sure they have a Danish for me, would you?
Yeah.
And then come back.
Yes, I will.